Hello, everyone. You're all out there, that is. Oh, bloody back's killing me. Anyway, I've got K-Mac on here. And there he is, waiting in the wings. Ready to come up. There he is.
What have you done to your hairs? You banged your head?
I woke up with it. This side here. I woke up with it.
Oh.
Don't know, I woke up with it. It's the way it is.
Like punch you in the sleep?
Someone must have been a ghost because no, I'm in bed with no one's here.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's horrible. So, what do you think of these fucking rumours? I can't believe it.
It's a bit mad with the meltdown in it. Let's be honest. Like half the international players haven't even come back yet.
No.
Like literally, like I think we got Dom back. We got Dom and Dom, Robbo, and Salah back like a couple of days ago.
Do you know what though? There was something on that Facebook, and it's McAllister going to Madrid.
Nah.
It's
never.
I just don't believe it, Kay. Honest to God,
gonna cost anyone who's going to Madrid from us is gonna cost them a fortune.
Yeah,
it's gonna cost them a fortune. We're not selling anyone cheap.
No.
Like we're pricing all our players out of moves, but at the moment, Paul Nat Phillips and Reece Williams and Sepp van der Berg, like none of them can, and even Keller, none of them can get any moves because we're sticking with our prices.
I know, stupid prices.
Well, we're not getting ripped off for our players, and rightly so. Like,
but the likes of Nat Phillips, he's been dying to go for a couple of years.
Just let him go on the free. I don't care. Like, let him have a career.
And it's sad because there's no chance of him getting into the side in the foreseeable.
And Reece Williams.
And them, yeah.
They're not even training with the first team now.
Well, there you go.
Just get rid of them. Like, we priced them at 8 million and 3 million. So you know what? I mean, you know what Edwards is like. I wouldn't be surprised if Hughes was the same.
Well, this is it. You see, we've got to get used to him, if you know what I mean, as buying and selling. We've got to get used to him. I didn't like when he walked out on the club, and I didn't like the other fellow, Julian Ward, either, when he walked out 6 months later. That was Bangara Ward. That's in my opinion, and a lot of other people.
I would have loved Julian Ward to stay because we'd have probably got some really good players in. But is what it is.
But he walked.
Yeah,
and he's back again. That's what I don't like about it.
He's not working for Liverpool though. He's working for FSG. He's employed by FSG, not Liverpool.
Well, that's
Julian Ward and I think it's Bento, might be Bento, the Portuguese guy. They're not employed by Liverpool. They're employed by FSG.
Well,
so they're part of the football.
So they must be part
of the football. No, but they're part of the football group. Just like Edwards, part of the football group. So they're not part of Liverpool Football Club. I know. But it's like if we buy another club, like we were going to buy Bordeaux, then they'd be part of the group that manages Bordeaux. Like they're not in the Liverpool Football Club hierarchy. They're not part of it.
I'm still confused.
It makes sense to me. It does make sense. It does make sense. Like, they're not part of Liverpool FC.
The owners own Liverpool. The owners own Liverpool. And if they employ anyone, they're part of Liverpool, especially if they were at Liverpool, especially if they were scouts or anything.
No, Frank, because they could be working on the Red Sox. If they're employed by FSG, they can work for anybody they want.
But what do they know about bloody baseball?
No, but that's what I'm trying to say. They're not employed in the Liverpool Football Club part of it. They're employed by the FSG footballing group, because FSG have a football group, which is what Edwards is manager of. He's the COO of FSG Football Group. So if they get another club, then Ward and Bento will be part of that, and they won't, and they'll have nothing to do with Liverpool. So we need to just isolate people that aren't part of Liverpool, and they're not part of Liverpool. Huh?
Well, who's the director of football of Liverpool then? And don't say Hughes.
Yeah, it's Hughes. Richard Hughes is our DOF. He's our director of football.
It's got worse. All right, can I just say hello to these wonderful people?
Yeah. What I'm going to do, I'm going to actually bring up a screenshot of it all and show you it. Okay.
Okay.
I'll find it.
Okay. Even if Frank in chat says TW. Even if Frank, hope you're okay, says Paul said. G'day, K-Mac, says TW. Even if Frank Henry Bood. What a name that is, Bood. Know a lot about boots. Not you, Henry. Might I add. My boy Franco, says Darryl. Even a Mr. Carlyle and Mr. Max, says Tony LFC. There's a couple of points for us there. It's not too bad. Even a K-Mac, a.k.a. Steve McManaman.
Yeah, I don't look like him.
I don't know where that came from.
I don't look like him.
This part, you know what? This weather has taken the piss out of the country as bathed in sunshine in Liverpool and the north as a bloody grey skies all day. Yes, I was trying to go out in the sun today. Never got a chance of it. Pathetic. I honestly believe we signed one player last day at the window, says Darryl. Brian says, good evening, lads. Hope everyone is well. 50 million United have spent on an 18-year-old. We have Jarrell Quansah. He will be worth 3 times as much. He's worth 3 times as much now, to be honest.
Yeah, he is.
And I don't know after these, you know. Youssef, I know Youssef. A lot of people are starting to lose patience. That's what he says. Andre LFC, it's a great name, that. New to the channel, big up Frank and K-Mac. Hello, Andre. Thank you for the listen, subscribe, please, because I don't know where I don't really know where the subscriptions are going. You know, it's shocking. But,
he's on my channel. Let me flip him over. 2 seconds. He's on my channel. Let me put the link in. 2 seconds.
Yeah, but he says, YouTube are taking them off. Yeah. Not just me, you know, there's loads of
No, I know. They take them off me as well.
But there you go. I don't know why they do it. I don't know why
let me just flip him over to you. 2 seconds.
Okay. I'm not using that word, Darryl. Gone are the days of Edwards. Gone are the days Edwards can sell to his mates used for overinflated prices, says TW. Mm-hmm. It's not looking good, lads. When I heard Ettinger had signed, my dear God. Ettinger, yeah.
I want to talk about him today as well, if that's okay.
Oh, no, that's fine. Just get these out the way. The Scottish Bear, even if Frank and K-Mac. Where's the 115 million, says T? George said, first celebrate George said, evening gentlemen, hope you're well. I am getting proper pissed off with the lack of movement, both in and out. What chance do we have given how close the start of the season is? Players need to adapt. Got more bad news for you, George. But the thing is, I was watching the drone today, and this fella said that the ground's not going to be ready for the first home game on the 25th of August against Brentford. It's not going to be ready, and they're still working. It should have been ready a year ago. That's the owners, that is the everything. Everything on the owners. I'll tell you for why. Due diligence. I said it at the time when they brought in Buckingham. What are they bringing them in for? They're in trouble down at Fulham. Cheap. The cheapest they got in.
Haven't they, what's the name? Haven't they just relayed the pitch?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
for
800 grand.
800 grand it cost. 800,000 quid.
Needed doing.
But the ground needs finishing. It's shocking.
What are they still finishing then? Is it the roof?
They've got to do the roof, the whole of the roof, where all that perspex stuff they've got to finish off. Cladding they've got to finish off. They've got to put in more seats at the lower end. They've got to put in more seats there. 2 rows of them right across. I think I sent a player home for being 2 minutes late, says Dan. How about that? Wonder if he sent home.
There's a story behind that which people aren't even talking about. And I wanted to talk about that. People just believe shit. They really just believe shit. Like, just look into the story. The story is totally different than what people are being told. Like, it's just, honestly, it does my frigging head in. Don't believe anything you read in here.
No, that's what I mean.
Look into the story yourself. Like, the story was about, basically, there was a kid that was late all of the time, and he was late for a trip on a flight, and he gave him an opportunity to prove that he could be responsible. This is when he was like the under-21s, by the way. For the under-21s. This isn't like seniors or anything. This is the under-21s. So we gave him a chance, and he purposely didn't tell his mum and dad. So he told his mum and dad that he's been picked and he needs to get to the airport. Yeah. And he told them, but he said, don't tell him yourself. I will ask him. And I want to make sure that he's on time because he needs to prove it to me because he's always late. And he asked him and he was late. So we binned him. That's the story. Like, he gave him so many chances beforehand. And this one, where we really needed him to be at the airport to go on a tour, he was late. So,
you see,
so he put him in the sin bin. He put him in the sin bin, and he made him train. He didn't pick him for the team. He just made him train.
Well, no, I think that's right because you get senior players.
That's right, mate.
They're never late.
Yeah,
they're never late. So I agree with that. What you just said. Sin bin. We will get a CD. That's it. Says the bonkers. Steve Evans, Edwards, and Hughes are pricks.
Oh, come on. Like, seriously. Like, it's the 18th of July. Honestly.
No, he goes back. He goes back to when they left, to be honest. But he goes back.
Arsenal haven't signed anyone. Manchester City haven't signed anyone. Like, what are we having a meltdown for? Like, seriously.
Okay, he's going back to 2 years ago when they left us. He just hasn't come up and said, the pricks. He's always called them pricks.
Some people call Klopp a prick. So calling them to one, it ain't no problem, man.
We're in the dark. No one knows what direction we're going in, says Yusuf. And we're all, you can't even tell us what direction, Kay. JK can't even tell us what direction. I can't even say none of these.
Well, we've
And
got
Colin,
the manager.
Evening, Colin. Steve Evans. The club as well needs to sort the ticket login.
That's true.
It's an absolute piss take.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And the Bruno de Cruz, what a name that is. Hi, you Bruno.
Big up, Bruno.
Even JK. Oh, there's AK Mac there.
Evening, Paul.
I'll put your chat. That's on my channel, that now. Okay, so people can subscribe. Put the next one up as well, please, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, as you said, please sub to thanks. Thank you so much. Steve Evans says they were made up getting the news out, Heitinger, yet they couldn't be bothered sorting our members out with tickets. They are a effing joke, them Yanks. See, everybody's not in favour of them.
Yeah, because
they never have been.
They've ended up doing some weird moves along the whole tenure they've been with us. They haven't been perfect. Yeah, they gave us a new stand, 2 of them, which isn't even finished yet. They gave us a training ground, but for me, that's the basics of a club our size. They had to do that. They had no choice. For me, but it's the way they just like this stand situation. I've watched enough of them videos, thinking, yeah, they're gonna have that sign at the front of the stand, Anfield Road end, above the entrance when they go in. They haven't even done that yet. And like now they filled the seats in bottom left, they fill them in eventually. And now they've got the roof situation where they've sort of had leaks or something, or leaks may be possible. So they'll end up doing all that new as well now. So for me, they've always messed around. They haven't been professional, considering the amount of money they're making out of it. They haven't really kept up to standard. Go on, Frank.
Thanks very much.
It's the FSG.
I'm just saying there.
If this show is literally about kicking off at FSG all the time.
No one is. No
I really don't want to be involved in this, mate.
But it's a two-age.
We've just got a fucking new stand, mate. We've literally just got a new stand.
Klopp,
do you see any other clubs with new stands?
When Klopp was tiltering, not doing well not last season, the season before, there was a barrage of fans going after him. Where was the fight there from you, for example? Did you say anything to them guys? Hey, Klopp's still our manager.
Klopp? I want to Klopp out 2 years ago, mate. You know quite well how I felt about it.
Yeah, there you go. So we're giving you our point of view from our side. How we feel about the owners. It's a two-edged sword.
I made my voice clear. I wanted Klopp out ages ago.
We wanted the owners out a long time ago, long before now.
Because Jurgen got given too much power. But I'm not here to talk about Klopp. Because Klopp's gone. Klopp has gone. I'm not here to talk about the owners. Because the owners aren't running the club anymore. Michael Edwards is running the club. He is he is in charge of the club.
You can't walk away from
that. He's the COO. Are we going to blame Michael Edwards because there's a leaky roof, or are we going to blame a leaky roof? If we don't get the leaky roof fixed, like Manchester United haven't for the last fucking 10 years, then yeah, we can blame FSG and go, you know what, our club's in shit state. But our club isn't in shit state.
You blame the people who
the club is fucking immaculate. It's immaculate. No FFP issues, no PSR issues. We've got a few problems with a brand new built club. A brand new stand has trouble with it. Every single thing has trouble when it's brand new. You move into a brand new house, sometimes the walls crack, sometimes your paint's a bit iffy, and you have to get things updated. You can't be fucking kicking off on FSG because we've got a leaky roof, because the people who built it mightn't have put the screws on properly. Then they get them in to put the screws on properly. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but that's been going on for time now.
As fans.
That's been going on for a long time. That stand has taken over 2 years.
Manchester United's ground is falling to pieces.
I don't want to talk about
Ours is just been updated.
But it was the due
Compare us
diligence.
to other clubs. Compare us to other clubs, because I don't see any other clubs building new stands.
We
I
had
don't
no
see any other
choice.
clubs building new stands.
Fulham
Tottenham have
did.
just got a brand new stadium.
So was Everton.
Do you think
So has
Tottenham have
West
got
Ham got
problems
a new
with their stadium? They probably
The
have.
ground's nearly finished. They
Jesus
started
Christ,
after us.
man. FSG just can't get a fucking break. You just can't get a
Yeah,
break.
but why should they
Like,
really,
every
when you
single
consider
thing, every single
7
thing
years
that
ago?
people want to whinge about is FSG. Every single channel is kicking off on FSG. Jurgen Klopp left the club. FSG could not do anything about it. They gave him a blank check, and he went, "No, I'm going." So he went.
What do you mean he gave him
We
a
didn't
blank
get.
check?
We didn't get another Pep. Sorry, we didn't get another Pep. But there wasn't another Pep out
I
there.
don't care, Mark. You just made a remark there. What do you mean they gave him a blank check and he said no? What's that?
They
all
gave him a
about?
blank check to stay. Mike Gordon said it. He was given a blank check to stay. Whatever you want, stay. And he said no.
First I've heard.
I don't believe that one.
Google it.
I don't believe
Google
that
it.
No, I won't Google anything.
one.
Right, big up Frank, K-Mac, JK. Hope you're all well.
Bless the trick. How you go, bro?
George Seth says the website crashed today for member ticket sales. The club is a laughingstock. Same thing over again. So people can't say it. What do you want to talk about, Kay? Come on, be honest. What do you want to talk about?
Not fucking FSG, mate. Because I wanted to talk about like what's been going on with transfers, what's been going on with players training. Like, if we're all just going to whinge about FSG because we haven't signed Lenny Yoro and paid him 145 grand a week for an 18-year-old, then let's crack on.
I'm not really at this moment bothered about signings. I have been last season and the season before, but I'm not at this moment really bothered about signings. For
Jesus
me,
Christ, Steve, Bellingham didn't want to come to us. My God, where was the blank check for Sam Bellingham? Bellingham turned us down and went to Real Madrid. Oh, I'm coming off, mate, because people are just delusional here. Seriously. Like, you blame FSG all you want. All you want. Blame FSG all you want for all of the problems. But guess who was running the club for the last 4 years? Jurgen Klopp.
Ooh. Of course we were. That's why we finished third in the league with a bloody fucking day.
Yeah, but where was the backing in January? We had no FFP. Came up with saying we had no FFP worries and stuff. So why couldn't we just get another?
You love FSG, you know, just came up.
Look, for me, I haven't moaned about FSG really on the shows. You know, I was talking about like a while back, say about 7 years ago.
He said that we had a new. Well, of course, we got a new standard. It isn't fucking finished.
That's the thing.
Finished.
That's the thing.
Everton
We haven't finished
started their grounds after us, and that's finished. More or less, a full ground. Who's only putting a fucking layer on top of the Annie Road stand, and it still isn't finished. It's not even going to be finished for the opening game.
There you go.
We
didn't have to really say nothing about FSG. Their actions speak enough words, you know.
It's cheap. They got the. I said it at the time. Why are they bringing Buckingham in? Why are they bringing them in? They're having problems down at Fulham.
Yeah.
And then they went bust. I just don't understand some people, you know.
You know, at the end of the day, there were a lot of fans.
He wanted to talk about. That's why I said, "What do you want to talk about?" Then he went on about FSG. I don't want to talk about FSG. It's all right, what do you want to talk about? Then he went on about Euro. Yeah, okay. Euro, whatever his bloody name is.
And he's ended up at United. Don't know the guy. Hype. If he ends up at United, that says it all, you know, for me.
And the judge read, not many people like Pep Linders as coach, so hopefully I think it will be an improvement. Former Everton, some wonders for them, didn't he, for Everton? That's what I say. Some wonders. Put all the trophies they won. Hi Frank, is Frimpong the player to replace Sal? What would you say about that? Sal is staying anyway.
No, I think K-Mac was saying that the other night about Frimpong could replace Salah, you know.
All right.
But for me, he didn't even get a game for Holland, you know. They paid the other lad at right back, the Inter Milan guy, with a Scottish name. What's his name? They ended up playing him. So I don't know why they didn't play him. Maybe they could have won that game when they got knocked out if Frimpong got more game time. You don't know.
Dad says big up Frank K-Mac, bless JK.
Bless, man.
Uh,
You are.
even a JK.
Bless, bro.
Darren O'Connor. People should know how Liverpool works in the transfer market. We keep it hush hush until we get them in. I understand what you're saying, Darren, but you know, the fans. I don't know.
No, they actually do keep it hush hush, and I don't mind that actually. That's one thing I like about the owners. They keep it sort of hush hush.
It's not them keeping it quiet, though, is it? It's the people in charge.
Because they're sort of they was on about they're gonna let Klopp, the Klopp news was gonna come out if we didn't make a video. Klopp saying he's gonna leave, and I'm thinking,
Well, Steve, you never walk alone. Says people are saying Edwards has zero input on players coming in or out. Use job to buy and sell players and renew contracts. That's what he's saying. Brian says, why did Jürgen leave when he knew Edwards was coming back? And why did Edwards leave in the first place? There you go.
as, yeah.
You know, you just can't get away from it. This is a channel about Liverpool. This is about opinions. I speak to the people on it. I read their comments out. It's everybody's comment. And we talk about the comments. We talk about if we can answer them properly. Like the Scottish Bird, Judge Reds, I agree. I was never a fan of Pep Linders. I was never a fan of him either. Being honest. Paul Turner, Trent should have had a new contract sorted instead of leaving it to run down. No wonder Madrid are sniffing around. Thing is, who do you blame? Do you blame Klopp? Who gives out the contracts? Who is it up to? Who would you say? I'd say it's the owners.
Of course. Yeah.
It's the owners, but I think K-Mac would have turned around and said, no, it's Klopp. So you can't win. You can't, you're just in a quandary going round in circles.
I just feel that the owners blindly love Edwards. Like, Edwards says this, they say, okay. I'm not sure if they got a guy reviewing it for them personally, but at the end of the day, I think the way that Edwards has got so much sort of power now at the club after he left is sort of embarrassing. You know?
Yeah. Judge Red says there are 43 days of the transfer window left, loads of time yet. Let's see what happens. Of course. But what gets on my nerves, and I said it at the very beginning, the rumours, these stupid people putting stupid things up. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
And someone said that, it's an embarrassment. The embarrassment is that the bloody stand's not finished. That's embarrassing. They tried to explain the due diligence was horrendous. So he went in for the cheapest. Came out and they're still trying to fix it. Daryl Merry, round one. And Steve says, new standard isn't finished though. Come on. How long has that taken? Answer that. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It should have been finished a year ago. It should have been finished for the start of last season.
Last season. Yeah, exactly.
Last season.
Mm-hmm.
That's a year ago.
I'm still there faffing around.
So who's to blame for that? Who's to blame for it? It's not,
Jurgen
as
Klopp.
K-Mac says, it's not Edwards' fault. He doesn't put the screws in. We know that, that was a bit facetious and undermining me. I've got a fucking IQ of 172.
Mm-hmm.
See. So, why was he being facetious? And takes himself up. That's why I said to her. That's the end of that. And Steve Evans is right. Answered that. Why isn't it finished? Who do you blame? Who's to blame?
For me, you blame the people who ain't fitted it right and the people who hide them to fit that in right.
Exactly.
So simple as. There's no ifs or buts about it. If you want to blame Jurgen Klopp's wife, blame her.
It's a,
You know what I mean?
if you're going to get someone in to fix your roof if it's leaking, and they come in and they leave, right, and it's still leaking, who's to blame? Is it your wife who's to blame? Is it the fella next door who's to blame? No, it's you because you brought them in.
Mm-hmm.
You're the owner of the house.
You're going to make that decision,
K-Mac rattles, says Steve. JK rattled. And Herschel Benty, what a name that is. Brilliant name, that. FSG really did turn us around.
Jurgen Klopp turned us around. That one guy.
And K-Mac, how much debt does FSG put on LFC? How much debt? What was that about kicking off, lad? Glass houses, exactly, Steve. Richard Hughes and Edwards need to step up and show us that the club was put in good hands. Well, they don't work for us, according to K-Mac. That's the most ridiculous fucking thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Do you come on this pod, JK?
Mm-hmm.
Who brought you on?
Yourself.
Thank you. Thank you. Do you talk to me?
Of course.
Exactly.
We had enough talks this week about this, that, and the other.
I just can't believe what, the Edwards and Moores are not.
Edwards, even when he left, I believe he was still in contact with the owners. Hence why this big Klopp's going, he's coming back in with his team. That's been planned for a long time.
But K-Mac said he's got nothing to do with Liverpool Football Club. That's what he said.
That's what. No.
We've got it on tape. Play it back. That's what he said. I'm going to ask the people on here. Has Edwards and Ward got anything to do with Liverpool Football Club? Have they been hired by the owners? Please answer me, because I just can't get over that comment. And that's why he's left. And Steve says, K-Mac showing us true love for FSG. Ian back. Even the lads, how are we?
Sam, bro, hope you're well, Ian.
Pointless, move on. I don't know what you mean there by tunnel. And Steve, that's a very good point. Who made the final payments on the new stands?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it wasn't Klopp, was it? It wasn't Pep Linders. It wasn't the tea lady. It definitely wasn't me or you, JK, and it wasn't definitely any of the lads and girls on here. Pathetic. FSG did Klopp dirty on Bellingham deal. That's why Klopp left. And, you know, I'm surprised at K-Mac that he hasn't a clue about the Bellingham thing. And he hasn't. That he wanted to go to Real Madrid.
Look, at the end of the day, the only people who know about that, what happened there, is Bellingham, is probably his parents, Jurgen.
Well, his parents did because Jurgen Klopp was very angry, frustrated because the deal didn't go through. And Madrid was a great excuse. Just like everything else.
Well, he's gone, you know. I believe personally, he did favour a move to Madrid more than to Liverpool, in my opinion. But I also believe the wages he would get at Madrid are better than the wages he would have got at Liverpool as well.
Yeah. Darrell says, K-Mac, we have employed a yes man for FSG purpose. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. K-Mac, where was the blank cheque to sign Bellingham, says Steve. Exactly. You've got that. Alexander Delos. Big up, Alexander. Got one of the best names I've seen there, mate. Frank JK rattled K-Mac.
Different opinions. Yeah.
Just want to go right down. John Rooney, very passionate show tonight, lads. Brilliant. But that's the way some people are. They just walk away, you see. They can't take it. They just walk away. And I'm very surprised at that. Very surprised.
Do you remember last week I said to you, Frank, this is the first time, say in 10 years, I don't have no confidence or I don't know which way we are going. Through the Rodgers era, Hodgson era, yeah. But with Dalglish, even Houllier, you thought, we're going places, you know, we're doing something. But this is the first time in 10 years since Klopp's left now. I'm feeling that same sort of energy. That's my body telling me that. You know, I'm not doing it because I've got agendas here, there, and everywhere. You know, I don't do agendas. For me, I go with what my body tells me. And my body tells me I'm not really confident in which way we're heading. You know? What is the big love for Edwards? Sure, he's a good guy in that way. He can pick up a bargain, no problem. You know, he should go on Supermarket Sweep with Dale Winton. Remember that? You know, my mum's friend actually was on that show. She was one of the Till girls. Funny.
Was she?
Yeah.
Go
The
away.
Indian girl. Yeah, the Indian
Go
girl.
away.
Yeah.
Your mum.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, I used to fancy all them.
That program was corny though, wasn't it?
Don't tell your mum that.
It was funny. Let's see how much you got. That was a classic. Yeah, but that's the thing with football shouldn't have no agendas. I don't understand why people in the Liverpool fan base don't like Klopp. Like,
I think that was ridiculous for the thing to say. I really did. That was a pathetic thing to say. Very surprised, I'm saying. I wanted them gone 2 years ago. Why?
But for why? So we can have Arne Slot?
Why did he want them gone? I think it's because we were playing terrible football. Remember 2 years ago?
Yeah.
And why was that? Can you tell me why we were playing terrible football from 2 years ago? I can tell you. Can you tell me?
For me, midfield burnt out, and we didn't replace it.
Exactly. And what was I saying 3 years ago? Who did we
Exactly
need?
that.
What position? Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And we never signed. And you're blaming Klopp. The funds weren't there. The funds weren't there for Klopp.
Mm-hmm.
And if anyone says, "Oh, I can't see that," the funds were there.
I'll say what I said about if Edwards was so interested in his job, or he loved Liverpool Football Club, or whatever it is, he would have made sure this January just gone that Klopp got a DM in. Maybe Andre, 30 million, bang, bang. He did nothing. We did nothing. I think they jumped on that bandwagon of the FFP. No one's buying no one, and blah, 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 blah. They thought, okay, we could save some money here. There you go. And even K-Mac was saying that we had no issues over FFP anyway. So we could have bought in someone. We could have.
Of course we could.
There you go. That tells me everything.
Temper, K-Mac, calm down, lads, says Paul Turner. K-Mac, says Steve, did FFG make a bid for Bellingham? And the Anfield Roar. Good evening, Frankie. Have a drink, lads.
That's right. Anfield Roar. Yeah.
I mean, George said that K-Mac needs to take a chill pill. And as Steve says, yeah, go along with that. Daryl says, K-Mac, all right, so Cedric says, I think it came in at the right time. The Anfield Roar, K-Mac, oh dear, not very cool there, lad.
Like for me, keep your cool. I've heard people talk bad towards Klopp. I don't lose my cool. I keep it cool, I'm like, okay, that's your opinion. But my opinion on the owners and in the way the club is heading is based on logic. Look at your IQ, the guys in the chat as well, a lot of them, Steve, everyone, all will say the same thing. We need a DM, for example. So we'll all have the same opinion. Our opinion isn't like only I'm saying we need a DM. You're saying we need a left back, and Ian's saying we need a left back, or whoever. But we all sort of have the same opinion. So when certain group people have
everybody I know, everybody says that we need a DM.
Of course.
A DM is a must. So let's see I doubt if we get one, to be honest. Alexander Delos, the odds on signing Gordon looks. No. Ask K-Mac, he's gone, I can't ask him. How much personal investment of FSG made into the squad in 14 years? I'll answer that. Nothing.
Nothing.
Absolutely zilch. Nothing. Does that answer your question?
Dale Winton, when no one's got nothing in their shopping basket at the end. It's like, what you got here? Nothing.
A midnight soaker. How's that Liverpool's fault? Whatever he's answering there. The midnight soaker. Bruno de Cruz. We are Liverpool Football Club. We are not a Conference League South team. We are the Barcelona, the Real Madrid of the Premier League. We are not Stevenage, says Bruno de Cruz. Absolutely 110% right. Yeah. I try to say that. We want the best. We want the best in Liverpool Football Club. No matter, like K-Mac wanted him gone 2 years ago. I've never heard anything so fucking pathetic in all my life. Honestly, I haven't. He wanted him gone 2 years ago. Why did he want him gone 2 years ago? Why? Why? I just don't understand. And all right, say like he would have gone 2 years ago. Do you think that, we would have finished third last season and won a trophy with a new manager? Don't think so. Don't think so.
And I think he had a top season last season, Klopp. Sort of
course
went
he
off
did.
the rails after Endo sort of went missing. But that showed me what we needed, another DM.
It's
This reverts to the same simple logical. Don't overcomplicate football. I always say this. Don't overcomplicate food and football and even music, for example. Them sort of things need that classic touch, And I think sometimes it was a simple logical thing. We need a DM. We never did it. Hence why we didn't win the league.
Tony Treble 7 says, laughing my effing arse off. The Scottish Bear says, Mike Gordon has been running the club. Klopp has not the skills, negotiations, contracts. Some people are clueless, says the Scottish Bear. Well, he said that Klopp was running the club, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. In which way?
I can't believe what he said.
Klopp hasn't got time to run the club on that level.
Of course he hasn't.
You know what I mean? The guy's got to think about his health, family, and what's going on the pitch. And I think Klopp,
he targets the players and he tells them to go after them. Like he targeted everyone. Since Klopp's been here, he targeted all the players that he got in. The likes of Virgil, the likes of Alisson. You see what I mean? He brought them in, he targeted them.
Yeah.
And yet, we're told that he didn't target them. It was Michael Edwards who targeted them. Big up bunkers, mate. Steve says, K-Mac acted like a true effort. Don't want to discuss real facts about who FSG really are. But I don't know why he came on. I said, will you come on? He said, yeah, I don't know why he came on. We're answering the people's questions. Crimping nowhere near being a player. Is that Flimflong, is it?
Yeah,
Crimping to replace Mo for me.
Yeah.
No one can replace Mo. Nobody.
Yeah, I know. Mo is...
Not even in the future. No one's even replaced Mane yet. Nobody.
Yeah.
So who's going to replace him?
Yeah. Even Bobby, when you look at it, Mane and Bobby, Salah's still there, but we never replaced Bobby's hard work, goals, whatever he did, and then what Mane did for us. So we got Diaz in and Darwin in. Them two ain't cutting it for me when you really look at it,
Okay. Oh, that's a cracking. This is why the channel deserves more subscribers. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Gary Richards. Tell it off, Frank. Well, I don't know what that is. That dear boy, yes. Frank dear boy. One has high hopes for Liverpool under Slot. His proper pronunciation is Slot. Under Slot. Liverpool should go all out for Nico Williams.
Yeah, paid well.
Thing is, you see, it's like saying, yeah, we should do all this, we should do that, but it's whether we can pay the money. They need to sell to get the player in.
This is what I mean. Like, this is it's an important time now for Liverpool. You know, I hope Slot was watching all our games from last season, one after each other, in his spare time during the Euros, because he needs to like. I think football's turned now. You know, managers don't get the time like they used to. De Boer, 4 games, bang, he was gone at Crystal Palace. That was for me, showed me the sign of football right now. So for me, Slot has to sort of think fast, move fast, and get us moving straight away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because at the time when Klopp came in, we weren't really great anyway. Hence why he had that little bit of leeway, you know. Slot's coming in when we are sort of one of the top teams in the Premier League and in Europe. So it's going to be harder for him.
Well, Steve Evans says Frimpong to replace Mo. Nah.
No, not for me.
And the game tomorrow behind closed doors. That'll be up early. It won't be on the new pitch that hasn't knitted yet.
Nah.
So that'll be up by the academy owner. Late tomorrow is a game behind closed doors. Steve says, this is one my top 3 LFC chat channels, says Steve. Thank you. Thank you. That accords you so much. Yeah, in America, the Real Betis in Pittsburgh, when we're going to America. We're going next week to America. This is wrong. I think it's wrong. Why go all the way there, then all the way back? And Pittsburgh. I know why Pittsburgh was named, you know, JK. Do you know that?
No.
Yeah. I know. It was named after Pitt the Senior. He was a British Prime Minister. Good day. Gents, do you think we will make signings in the summer? If so, how many players are coming in, says Baz Murphy. Is Baz I've never heard of Baz before. Must be a new lad. Hiya, Baz. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. So what do you think what Baz says there? Do you think we will make signings this summer? And if so, how many players are coming in?
This is what I was saying. The Euros took that sort of away, you know. So we've got about 4 weeks left until our first game. I can't really see us doing a lot of business. Maybe 1, maybe 2, if that.
Yeah, I don't think more than 2 if we do bring someone in. But then again, look, we keep saying this, Baz. We don't need forwards. We need a DM. It's a priority. We get a top quality DM. I'd go after that Rodri myself. I would. What about Calafiori? He's great.
He's good.
And a left-sided centre back. That's what we need, really. 2 players. Alexander says, big up. I'm more excited about the new project than transfers next season. What project? Cheers, that's bonkers. And TW says, K-Mac wanted Klopp out 2 years ago. Sorry, Frankie, it's a joke. Steve says, if LFC was a well run by FSG, Trent, Virgil, Salah would not be in their last year of their contracts. Yep. That's a good point, actually. That's a very good point. That's a Excellent point, in fact. Right. I'll remember reports when Edwards left. He left because he didn't have the stomach for the rebuild. No one talks about this, says the Scottish Bear. He's walking into a team that's been nearly rebuilt. That's a cracker, that. Oh, hello there. I said, give me a fright. I seen the face.
I had to surprise you, Frank.
Yeah.
Boy, is that the first boy? Yeah. Oh,
How you doing, Frozen? How you
Oh,
doing?
good guys.
how are you?
Good to hear.
Trying to get the consistency back in the streamings again, and enjoy it more. So yeah. I just saw the K-Mac thing. Guys, what has our fan base become, guys? Like, you know what I mean? I really don't understand how you can blame a manager for transfers and saying running a football club. I respect K-Mac for what he is, what he represents, and all that stuff, but we've got owners that manipulate us on a consistent basis, guys, and make us think stuff like is happening which ain't on a regular basis. Screw with our minds, manipulate us, but yet we just sit here and pretend everything is okay. You can't pretend everything is okay, because it ain't okay. We're Liverpool Football Club. I think, Frank and Jake, I think people forgot who we are, man. I really honestly think we've become like a sympathy club now, and I'm worried about this, because I think we need to start waking up, man. Other clubs are improving, and I don't know where we're going next, because if we don't compete in the next few seasons, we're gonna be going downwards, competing, with the mid-tables again, and while the other teams are going above us. I don't know about you, Frank, but I'm worried in sense of, the fan base don't see what you're talking about, mate. And the older fans are saying the same thing. We're all saying the same thing. The ones who are following Liverpool through and through for years and years. But the younger ones don't see what we see. Their acceptance of mediocrity, and their acceptance of owners that don't give a damn about you, and always, make you look bad in situations when you're supposed to be like, overcoming them and things like that. That's what I don't understand. I'm worried in a way, like, if we get into that situation, we're gonna come out of it, guys. That's what I'm worried about.
I totally agree with you. Can I ask you something? Obviously you mentioned K-Mac there, and you were watching what was said, and would you agree with him that that we should have got rid of Klopp 2 years ago?
How can you get rid of a manager, guys? Here, it doesn't make any sense. How can you get rid of a manager that's getting you through seasons when you shouldn't really do anything? Do you get what I'm saying, Frank? He got us through seasons where we was crap. He got us seasons we didn't even sign anybody. We won the Champions League, and we signed Vandenberg, Harvey Elliott, and Adrian. You know what I mean? Like, when you're the top team, when you're the elite team at the top, what do? You go for the best players, right? Do you go for players that's got potential, or players who just make up the squad? This is what I'm saying, Frank. It's just continuation of the same things with these owners, and I'm worried. I'm really worried, because we ain't gonna go anywhere at this moment. And like you said, this could be a yes man, and it could take us to a different direction, man. I'm worried, man. I'm really worried. And I don't know why K-Mac is getting upset. I really don't understand that.
Well, I've said it before. I'm concerned myself. That's all I'll say on the matter. I'm concerned. It's just one of those things that worries us. It really is. You can't just be everything going into a new season with the best manager we've had.
Exactly.
In 40 years. 40 years.
Can I say something to you, Frank? Yeah. Let
Let
me say something to the chat as well, guys. Yeah. Think about it this way. We go for marquee signings. We started with Fekir. We ended up with Shaqiri. We started trying to get Konate. We ended up with Kabak and Davis. We tried to get Chouamini. And then we get Nunes. Players that at the time we didn't want Nunes. We wanted a DM, a Tchouaméni that's going to replace Fabinho eventually. Fabinho is going to nurture him and take him in the other direction. It's just a continuous of the same things every single time. Bellingham, then we get Szoboszlai. Don't people see this actual thing that's happening? Then they tell you they got 111 million to spend on Caicedo and they get Endo. Like, it's the same like, this is like madness. I can't believe people can't see what we're seeing. It's the same trail, Frank and JK, but people can't see it. And where's that 111 million, by the way? Can anyone tell me? Where's that DM?
Where's the 11 million? Where is it? No, but, you know, JK and myself, we've said it all, what you just said. What you just said, we agree anyway with what you're saying, because we've said it time and time again, which is, we just go through some of these, lads. Okay, yeah, let's see this.
Yeah.
I don't know what the panel and chat thinks, but when I look through our squad, the only position I want strengthened genuinely is a mid and a new left back. Okay, we'll get on to that.
That's me.
Foley, yeah. And Frank, JK, you two are ruthless. You should be our. You would get the Desmos out of the quality and quality play. That's right, and so would Van der Vaart. She's just explained there. Just explained. A cracking comment, thank you. Yeah, let's see. Scottish Bear says Jimmy Phillips said on his show yesterday he's losing subscribers because of his stance with FSG. No, he's not. Everybody's losing subscribers.
Yeah, it's YouTube.
My subscriptions have been at that like that for months.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it's YouTube who are taking off. I do know why, by the way. YouTube are taking off subscribers, not just off us, but also off political, for anything, even news programs, because they want to say who'll go back to them.
Yeah.
If like this show, for example, they take a subscriber off.
Yeah.
Say like they take Lee Wizkid off, they take him off. And, you know, because Lee Wizkid could just come in, subscribe for one show and then leave. Just say, oh, that's crap. I don't like that show.
Yeah.
So they unsubscribe him to see if he can come back.
Yeah.
You know, to see. Yeah. That's what they like. YouTube. Sorry about this. Sorry about it. And Brian says it's not a circus, midget. It's not the elephants. It's not the acrobats. It's the owners of the circus when the tent falls down.
Spot on.
And I think that was a remark too, which is a great one, a great analogy.
Exactly.
To K-Mac, unfortunately. But K-Mac's not here to answer. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, what do you think about this coming season? Then I know that I love that picture about Maldini there, Paolo Maldini. That's it, you know, right behind you. Yeah, and the way he's looking up there in the sky, that's me looking now. That's the way I should be, if you know what I mean, about where everything's going on.
Yeah,
where everything's going on. So this coming season. JK and myself are saying that we need at least 2 players.
Yeah.
We don't need forwards. We need a DM, which is a priority, and most probably either a centre left position, centre back, or a left back. What's your take?
With me, I'll take obviously a DM. I think last time I was there, I was discussing it with you guys, and I think before we discussed it as well, Frank. I want a DM because we need a DM that's mobile. We need a DM that's got that can cover the pitch, if you know what I mean, guys. That loves to challenge, that loves to cover positions for other players when they when they leave it and things like that. Like a Makelele, you know, like a Kante, someone like that that's got, you know, legs on him, and that's what we were missing last season. If we had that, don't get me wrong, Endo done great, you know what I mean, but you know, he caught up with him as the season was ending. As you saw, he couldn't run. He was fouling people along the way, getting yellow cards, so he couldn't, you know what I mean. Another challenge would have got to send him off. But if we get someone like that can help out the, you know, like the likes of Trent and, you know, the midfield, I think we'll be fine. Matip's gone, so we need another centre back to help us out in centre back position as well. Obviously, Kwanzaa's coming through and he's brilliant. And you got Van Dijk for another season as well. And Konate, I don't trust, as you know, Frank. Like a lot of us are, you know, worried about him. He can't even make 2 games, let alone, you know, one. So yeah, I think a centre back and a DM. I agree with you 100%. That's what we need.
Well, that's great, that, because JK has always said that. I've always said that. And you're so right what you said previously about like winning the league, win the Champions League. And I'll say it again, what I've always said, and that is, we had to wait 4 years for a midfielder to come through.
Yeah.
4 years, the last midfielder was Thiago, until we brought in this lot last season.
Yeah.
Think about that, 4 years, and we were screaming out for midfielders, and that's how bad it was.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't know how people can blame Klopp for that. I don't. The funding's not there. The funding wasn't there.
Think about it this way, Frank. The funding wasn't there even before him. Look who we was buying for Brendan Rodgers. If that doesn't tell you something, I don't know what will. Look, we were getting Lamberts, we was getting free transfer, but Balotelli, Alberto Moreno, lowest of the low players we was getting. And you're saying there's funding there, and it's Jurgen Klopp that's actually, you know, doing this. It's been happening for years, even before Jurgen Klopp. I mean,
I'll just back you up by saying that, because one of the lads said before, you've got to understand that we are the Real Madrid and the Barca of British football. We are the elite, and I keep saying that all the time. Look, I'm going to go back to when Hodgson came, and I was on LFC TV at the time. I've been on for a few years, and he said to me, you know, about Hodgson. I said, he's too old.
Yeah.
But he's got experience. Too old. That's what I said. We do nothing with him. Then they brought in the Irishman, Rodgers, and he said to me then, you know, what do you think of Brendan? I said, inexperience. He's had 1 year of league experience, Premier League experience, and they're bringing him in. We are the elite. We've won 5 European Cups then. I said, we've won 5 European Cups. We are Liverpool. We are Liverpool Football Club. We want the best. This man isn't the best.
Yeah.
Let's fast forward. We've got 6 European Cups now with Jürgen. So we brings in, you know, I wanted Xabi, and we could have had Xabi if we would have paid the money.
100%.
It's as simple as that.
No doubt.
You only had to, yeah, there's the money, okay, come on. Because he wanted Liverpool. But the spin was always going to Real Madrid. He wants Real Madrid. Like everything. Like everything. Like Bellingham. Oh, Bellingham wanted Real Madrid. No, he didn't. He wanted here. His family was staying at a hotel here. And they were looking around for their places. And they said, no, the club said, look, this is where he's going to stay until he finds a place. And that was a penthouse in the Panoramic Hotel. That's where he was going to stay. Where footballers do stay, by the way, when they first come. I'm talking about top players. So now it's got, oh no, he did, you know, like K-Mac said, oh, he wanted to go to Real. He fucking well didn't. This is what I'm saying. They haven't a clue. They just don't know. I don't know where they live.
Time.
They don't get the vibes here. They don't meet people.
No.
who know things like I do, but I never decry anybody. It's like
yeah.
what Paul says. I don't know why K-Mac comes on, Frank. If he's going to spit the dummy out every time we discuss the owners or the hierarchy, it's about opinions, and that's what I try to tell him.
Yeah, it is.
And he knows the format of the pod. He knows the format. I like K-Mac, don't get me wrong, I like the lad, but, if he knows the format.
Yeah.
JK comes on, he's every week.
Yeah.
Every week. And we discuss what people are saying.
Yeah.
It's like everything, And these are not silly people.
Yeah.
And Tony says, look, K-Mac is an Edwards stroke FST lover. Steve says, K-Mac threw his dummy out the pram when Frank JK rattled him. So you see, let's find a rare thing. Yeah, let's see. I want your take on this. Scottish Bear. We can have a healthy debate without walking away. I don't agree with everyone all the time. I just move on to the next subject. Show some backbone. Good point.
Yeah. That's true, 100%. We don't agree with everything, but we could have a debate about it, and be adults about it, and that's the way. That's the way forward.
Be adults about it. We can get excited, of course.
Yeah.
Bellingham went to Real Madrid. Move on, says the Midnight Talker. Yes. And there you go. There you go. So, the point is, let's see. I'll just say this, then I'll move on to the next one. Frank JK asks K-Mac simple questions about FSG, and K-Mac loses his temper and runs away like a child. All FSG fans are like this. And that's the sad thing about it.
Yeah.
We're all.
You just got to ask yourself, Frank. Like, are we interested in winning again? Like, as a football club, like, what do we want to be? I mean, like, because this doesn't look like a team that wants to win the way we're behaving. Let's be realistic here. We're a big club, like you said. Yeah.
Was you pleased? I'll get to you on this. When Jürgen left and all the backroom staff, they left.
Yeah.
There was a lot of backroom staff. They knew the ins and outs of the players. They knew the ins and outs of the club. They knew the ins and outs of the fans. They knew the ins and outs of the stadium.
Yeah.
Right? Are you satisfied with the backroom staff that have been brought in? Foz. Be honest.
I think like the old backroom staff left too early. I mean, like, it's better doing things gradually than people coming in in droves like they're doing right now, because success. Those coaches were part of a successful team. They just needed something different, which is like player wise and all that stuff. But I think like, getting rid of a whole staff and bringing a whole staff in, that's going to be, with the new ideas, they're going to, put something on those players they're not used to yet. That's going to take us a while to get back to what we was. To me, simple, like gradually you take people out. You don't do it in one go. It doesn't work like that. So that's what worries me.
Yeah, but the point is, Pep Linders said they stood with Jürgen. And there was something more behind him just saying, I think I'm leaving now. There was something more behind it.
I already told you we had a stream together, didn't I? Me and you on my channel, and we discussed it. And I told you this Marco Edwards thing was planned before, and then they shocked it on Jürgen, and Jurgen, like, because he was already looking forward to the future, wasn't he? He was saying the future looks bright. I'm going to rebuild my second team. He's saying something like that, second Liverpool team, and we're going to try go again. And all of a sudden he decides he wants to go. You know what I mean? There must have been something behind the scene.
Well, even Ola, his wife, she
Yeah.
was persuading him to stay for another. After this contract was coming up to an end, to stay another 5 years.
Yeah.
And he was agreed to it. Then all of a sudden, bang, gone.
Someone he didn't want to work with,
Stayed till the end of the season, and we wouldn't have finished where we were at the. If he would have left then, say like a couple of months in, we would have never have done what we done. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And this is what I mean about we
Can I ask you a question, Frank? Can I ask you a question, mate? Sorry to interrupt. Can I ask you a question? What kind of ownership does things like that when you're challenging for a title? We was top of the league by the time. Don't forget, we were still top of the league. We was like challenging. What kind of ownership puts messages like that? Real ownership wouldn't allow things like that to happen until the end of the season or something like that. If you're challenging for a title, that is. You know what I mean? Think about it, Frank. Am I wrong what I'm saying?
Yeah. JK and myself have discussed this. We've discussed this. Now, just a couple of weeks ago, fans were screaming out, where is Slot? Where is he? Why hasn't he made a statement? Why hasn't he come and give a press conference?
Yeah.
And, they would say, oh, he's gone on holiday. So what? So what? Right? Now, before that, and this is during a season, the back end of last season, just say like around February, all of a sudden we see this ad popping up saying, I want to be manager of Liverpool. Not just once, but a few times he kept coming up. I want to be the manager. I hope to get the Liverpool manager all the time. And that destroyed me, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That disrupted what was going on.
Yeah.
See, that showed not only disrespect for Klopp and what we were doing, but it also showed disrespect to Feyenoord and their fans.
There you go.
And then all of a sudden he just disappears because he knows he's getting the job.
There you go. Frank, you're just hitting the lines I said already. That's what I said. That's what worried me as well. What Frank is getting at as well, people, what you need to understand is, if a guy can disrespect both clubs like that in a news conference while he's supposed to be delivering for Feyenoord, can you imagine if he does well at Liverpool, what he can do if teams like Real Madrid or someone like that comes in for him? The disrespect he could show Liverpool. I mean, this is what you need to understand. This is what we're facing. We had a manager that if Real Madrid, Barcelona, anyone in the world came in for him, he would have rejected them. Straight down. He loved Liverpool too much. Said, nope, I'm staying at Liverpool. Even at successful times, Barcelona was sniffing around saying, I want Klopp in our club. Said, nope, I'm a Liverpool manager. I'm not going anywhere. Now, we have to worry about a guy who could do probably well eventually. And then he would do press conferences like that when Real Madrid or Barcelona coming for him or someone along those lines. Do you get what I'm saying, Frank? Exactly. We had a manager that would never want to leave Liverpool Football Club. Never. He even said, I will never manage in the Premier League again. That's how much he loves. Any money. You could throw billions at him. He would still say no. That's how much he loves this football club. And that's what we lost. That's what we lost.
And the quote he gave as well. He said, I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave. But I need to.
Yeah.
That's a quote he came out with.
Exactly. There's something behind that. Yeah. Yeah.
So that says a hell of a lot rather than. And as K-Mac said before, Klopp's gone, you don't talk about him. So you might as well say, I wanted to say to K-Mac, but he got off. I wanted to say, so what you're saying is we can't talk about Shankly.
Yeah.
Or we can't talk about Bob Paisley, Liverpool's ever greatest manager. We can't talk about them. That's it, because they've gone. Or they're dead. Is that it? We can't talk about Kenny. who was once manager. We can't talk about anybody else. Rafa winning our 6th European Cup. So we can't talk about these people. Is that what you're saying? I'd love to have said that to him, but he just went.
30 years went by, guys. 30 years went by. Like, we were sitting here with nothing, accepting mediocre. Don't forget when Brendan Rodgers was in charge, Frank. I accepted it because I knew we was gonna get nowhere with that manager, and I thought after that it's gonna get even worse. But this guy walked through the door and changed everything from top to bottom, from the youth to the senior team. Look at what we got right now. If it wasn't for that manager, we will be like Brendan Rodgers' team. You know what I mean? So think about it that way, people. Like, I don't know how old the majority of you guys are. I'm 45. Frank, obviously, slightly older. I'm not going to say a lot older. Slightly older. JK, I don't know exactly. JK's my guy, but I don't know how old he is. We waited 30 years, man. We waited 30 years, scratching our heads. When is the next title coming for Liverpool Football Club? And teams made sure Liverpool Football Club would never come up again, like Man United and Alex Ferguson. But this guy got us back to what we are right now. You know what I mean? Talking about Champions Leagues again, talking about Premier Leagues again, and we're disrespecting him like that.
Yeah, well, see, you know, you can't talk to these people. You really can't. You've got to go along with everything they say and be yes. Well, I'm not a yes man.
Yeah.
I don't want everyone to agree with me because, you know, you've got one lad who says,
I see it.
hang on, where is he? I think it was the Scottish Bear or the Midnight Talk. I'm not quite too sure.
Yeah.
The Peel could have offered Jews $1 million a week. The kids wanted to move to Spain. Why can't people cannot accept that? Yeah, he went to Spain. It's so easy to say that Midnight. He did go to Spain.
Yeah.
But he wanted to come to Liverpool, fella.
He did.
This was his boyhood club. He wanted to come here. That's why his entourage and his family came up to Liverpool to scout around and whatever. And that's why Jurgen Klopp felt humiliated when the owners wouldn't put the money up to buy him.
Again
That's
and
why
again
he
and
went
again.
to so, you know, you don't agree with me, obviously. Because, as you said, Frank's options be final. And he laughs, you know, so he disagrees with what I said. And that's the Midnight Talker, you know, but, you know, Midnight Talker always comes on, you know, makes opinions and he's got about them. But, you know, he doesn't disagree with everything we say all the time. It's just opinions. And Alexander Delos, what a name he's got. We had a chance to move from FSG, but SOS put out that Middle East xenophobic statement. Bang on. Bang on. Couldn't get any better than that. I've said that all along. Do you ever remember there, Foz, and you, JK? Do you ever remember this? When Sheikh Maktoum and DIC.
Yeah, I remember.
Do you ever remember?
Yeah.
When they were buying
Yeah.
Now, I know the full story. I won't go into it now. And everybody, including these lads, these SOS, they don't speak for me, by the way. They were doing backward flips, cartwheels, they were kit and caboodle.
There was actually posters everywhere. There was people holding banners and that. I remember.
And you know what? And it's what Alexander says there, and he hits the nail on the head. We had a chance to move from FSG, but SOS put that Middle East xenophobic statement out, and it was, we don't want oil money. What the hell was that all about? And it was xenophobia, actually. And it was, to be honest, I think it was racist.
Yeah, it was.
I think it was racist, to be honest. And they were buying us. And then, I know the score. Judge read, FSG have too many irons in the fire to concentrate on LFC. Never gonna happen. I think we've come to accept they're never gonna splash the cash.
Yep.
but they use our money, to be honest. They do use our money. We're a massive brand. We generate millions every year.
Top 5. They said top 5. We're in the top 5 in the world.
In the world. In the world. And JK said this, and it was a cracking comment. And I'm going to let him explain why, from 300 million right up to 5 billion it's worth. Why is it worth 5 billion, JK? Listen to this.
Go on.
For me, the way Klopp took us from playing, where did we finish with Rodgers at the end? So we went from there to playing like a Champions League after Champions League final. So that interest via social media and whatnot, and how football is, if you're at the top, everyone loves you. So that's how they've advanced that 300 million into the £5 million value. For me, Klopp did what he had to do. Success on the pitch brings success off the pitch. I've always said that. So for me, the owners are thinking, wow, we've gave Klopp a fiver and he's gave us this. We've done pretty well with him, So I think now they're valued at that such a high value, it was time for Klopp to leave. Now they're going to get a yes man in probably with Slot. He ain't going to really have a big statement on the signings, like say Klopp would have. So for me, they're laughing to the bank, FSG.
Well,
spot on.
Well, that's the point. You see, that's what you said, and he did. He put Klopp himself, put them into that bracket of 5 billion. Without him, if let's suppose we still had the Irishman, still our manager, do you think we would be worth £5 billion?
No chance. No chance.
Of course we wouldn't. Of course. And unfortunately, as I said, I like K-Mac.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
He wouldn't accept that, what JK just said. He would not accept that. He wouldn't accept it. Not if he wanted to leave in 2 years.
You know what it is, Frank? What I've noticed on YouTube and in social media in general, I think people are not themselves. I think they let other people think for them, if you know what I mean, Frank.
Yeah.
I say it how I want to say it. You say it how you want to say it. JK say it the same way. I just think there's too many people thinking because of what other people say. I don't know if it makes sense what I'm saying, Frank. Like, they're not thinking from themselves. They're not thinking from the heart. If you're thinking from the heart, you speak like we do. We know Liverpool Football Club. We know where we should be. We know what we are. I mean, Bill Shankly didn't build this club from calling it a toilet to where it is now. You know what I mean? Bastion of invisibility, right? That's what he wanted this club to be. Are we that? No. We're accepting our rivals being better than us nowadays. We went from Man City, fighting with Man City for players. Now we're accepting Arsenal beating us to players. Tell me, how is that right, people? Please explain that to me. We're accepting Arsenal beating us to players now.
It can't be explained, unfortunately, without you going into the bloody owners again. And Ian Mack, he puts a good point out here. He says, I remember Jürgen getting stick after only 2 years in the job. Finished eighth, first part of the season, lost 2 finals, and then finished 4th in the second season, scraping it into 4th by a point. Thankfully, he got time. Thing is, and you hit the nail on the head there, Ian. But he got to 2 finals. So we knew the potential of the manager. We knew about it. We knew. Look, I've said this before, Ian, and I think you've heard me saying it. And JK has certainly heard me saying it. There was 2 options. When Rodgers was gone, there was 2 options. One was Carlo Ancelotti, right? And the other was Jürgen Klopp. And here's what I said. Now, I follow Serie A. Io parlo molto lingua italiano molto bene. So, I speak Italian. Because I'm half Italian.
I know, Frank. I know.
Now, the point is, I said, I wouldn't, if could have been biased and said, I want Ancelotti
Yeah,
because he's a great manager, right?
he is. He
At
is.
the time, right? But also Jurgen Klopp, and here's what I said, I wouldn't mind either of them because the two of them will make Liverpool. And I said that. And when we got Klopp, I said, we've got a cracker because he's a proven manager in the Bundesliga. He's a proven
Yes.
manager. I was vindicated. I was vindicated by this. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's the thing, as you said, Ian, he did get time, but he proved his time by, getting to those two finals and losing them. He got to finals, and that was the potential he had. The Anfield Roar. Frank, I was observing the Forbes figures of value of the biggest clubs in the world this week. It showed we are more valuable than Bayern and Manchester City and have a healthy operating revenue of 108 million.
Where's the money?
That's incredible, isn't it? But we'll just see how it'll go in a couple of years. To be honest, let's see. Let's see. Slot's not seeing all the players yet, but the fans don't give a toss because they say we should be signing an 18-year-old centre-back for 50 million to make them feel good. It's a shame, mate. We support the same club. It shames me that we support the same club. I didn't want to send 50 million on him because we have an academy there, Midnight. We have an academy. And we've got young kids. Who's better than Quansah?
Not many.
And he's only a couple of years older than this kid who signed for Manchester United. I couldn't give a toss about him. I wanted a DM. I wanted a fully experienced, top quality DM. I'd rather spend 50 million on it.
Yeah.
I would have loved that Pelina from Fulham. I'd have loved it.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the boys. He's fantastic.
Yeah.
So why don't we go after Ugarte instead of this lad, this 18-year-old?
Yeah.
What was you?
You know what it is, Frank? Top teams don't win without an enforcer there, right? You need an enforcer there. If you haven't got that, I've never seen a team win without one. Look at Man City. They win with Rodri there. Fernandinho. Look at Liverpool. How did they win? We had Fabinho. You know what I mean? How did Man United win? They won with Paul Ince and Roy Keane. Liverpool, who did we have? Steve McMahon, Ronnie Whelan. Before that, Graham Souness. You know what I mean? So during that, Jimmy Case. You know what I mean? So it shows.
Vivian and Mascherano.
Mascherano. Without enforcers, you're not going to win anything, man. You know what I mean? So look at Arsenal. How have they improved? Because they got an enforcer, which is Rice. Now look at them. They're flying up. I mean, he might not be the the most glamorous player, but he has changed their midfield into they got the best defense right last season as well, Arsenal, because of things like that. So there you go.
Well, it's like the 5 families in New York. Mom, you don't have an enforcer. You haven't got a family. Your family disintegrates.
Yeah.
Sorry to bring the mafia in.
I'm a big fan, man. I'm a big fan. I watch all the movies. Yeah.
The Sopranos. But they had a couple of enforcers there, didn't they, in the Sopranos?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Look at this fella, Cedric Lopez. What a great name. I love that name. When it comes down to it, everyone answers to the owners.
100%.
Klopp, Edwards, etc. If it was down to Klopp, he would have kept Milner another year.
Did he? I don't know about that. But
I don't know about that. I'm being honest. I really don't, because as he said at the
look at the way he got rid of Henderson as well, Frank. He got rid of him, didn't he? So
yes,
that's an important player in the team as well.
Yeah, but at the end, it was the penultimate day from the year before last.
Mm.
When, no, not the year, it was the 2 years ago. I don't know when it bloody well was now. And he turned around to the press, you know, the press boys, the journals, and he said, "You were right, I was wrong, because this was about midfielders. They've been going on for 18 months from the January window, and you're going to bring in a midfielder. You're going to bring in a midfielder." And he was saying, no, no, no. But the point is, he had no fundings to bring in the midfielder. And it was on the penultimate day that he said, "You were right and I was wrong."
Yeah.
And he brought in Arthur
that.
on a loan.
Yeah.
On a loan.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was.
And it hasn't kicked the ball. It hasn't kicked the ball.
That's how bad it was. Because he knew that he had to bring someone. There was no funding for him. Go ahead, Todd.
Let me give you another example, people, as well, if you don't know. You look at that season when Man City won this league by 86 points. Liverpool lost all their centre-backs. We were still top of the league in January. January transfer window opened. All we needed is at least 1 or 2 top-quality centre-backs. What did we get? Kabak and Davis. That shows the ambition ain't there. I don't know what more people actually need, Frank. If you're top of the league in January, in a season you potentially could win the league if you get right centre backs to be, in your team. Like, what more can we say? They didn't even go for it. They got us Kabak and Davis, 2 players that never played for the club that much anyway. And we ended up playing Phillips and Reece Williams at the end, which we went on a 10-game run and got to the Champions League, finished 3rd. So can you imagine we got centre backs where we could have been? 86 points Man City won that season. 86 points.
I'll make this a double whammy to you. To you, Buzz. What you've just been saying is spot on. What other manager would have achieved with those injuries, with the likes of Kabak and that Reece Williams? What other manager in the Premiership would have achieved what he did?
Nobody.
Not one. Not even Pep.
Nobody.
Not even Pep.
Cut it there, mate. We'll just have to cut it there. It's
that's truth. How good Klopp was.
Man management at its best. That's what it was. I mean, if you look at the top teams of all time, which were like the greatest managers that ever lived, the ones who were the best at man management. That's Shankly, Paisley, Fagan, Dalglish. You got Ferguson. You got Mourinho. You got Ancelotti. You got Pep Guardiola. Their man management is the top notch, and Jurgen Klopp was up there. Jurgen Klopp can have the crappiest players in the world and make them believe they're the best players in the world. That's how good he was, and people don't even see that. If a manager can do that, this is what we've been missing for 30 years. We had these Mickey Mouse managers, who didn't do much. Roy Hodgson's and all these other guys, Roy Evans and Gerard Houlliers. But when this guy came in, he just elevated those players into a different level. Imagine this, Frank. In your first half season at Liverpool Football Club, you make it to the Europa League final. Half season. And people are telling me this guy has got no management, man management skills. There you go. Half a season in Liverpool when Brendan Rodgers got sacked. Europa League final in the same season. And a League Cup final in the same season as well.
Yes.
With those players. Yeah.
And that's the Anfield Road series. The clubs in the top earners of revenue turnover, but our spending is utterly lower than Brighton. To blame Klopp for spending and running is a joke. Ultimately, he wanted incomings and never got them. I know he wanted incomings, but there's some people like Kmart. I've got to go back to Kmart, and he blames it. He blames Klopp.
I'm a firm believer he didn't mean that, Frank. I think emotions started got hold of him. I don't think he meant what he was saying like that.
Well, he must have done, because he wouldn't have said it otherwise.
He's a lovely guy, man. I like him, man.
No, I do.
Yeah.
I want him to come on a show next Wednesday with me, but it's not about football. It's about what's going on in the world today, about Gaza and Ukraine, because we've got the same ideology.
Yeah.
same political ideology.
Frank, don't lose hope on him. Don't lose hope on him. It's just sometimes, it could be something personal happened to him, Frank. Maybe something at home. You don't know. You know what I mean? Just speak to him and see how he is. That's all you got to do.
No, I said, he said, yeah, he wants to do it. I said, well, that'll do me because I've organised it. I've been phoning a fella up today.
Yeah.
And he went, yeah, I can't wait for it.
Yeah.
But these are political allies, you see.
Yeah.
And there'd be no holds on back. But it's not about football or FSG or roofs getting fixed or Clapham going in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Listen, I know we talk about FSG a lot of people, but if we don't give you guys the information that we have, you won't know a lot. Because one day the truth might come out, and we're gonna say we told you so, and then you probably apologize and all this stuff to each other. I mean, it's just we've been watching this for too many years of the same trail, like I gave it to you earlier. It's the same thing again and again. You know what the worst part of it is, Frank? What's happened now? Now that the blanket is left, as I always say, Klopp is left, the blanket is left, and FSG are no longer the footballing people. Now we've got a CEO and his crew. This mafia that's come in. Like if things go wrong, who are we gonna blame, Frank? It ain't FSG.
Exactly.
Because they're not involved. They're not involved. They're just owners.
Well, I said, I more or less said what I said. I said they brought in this unknown Slot. They brought him in. That's how you pronounce his name, by the way. So they brought in this Slot. And if anything goes wrong, he's supposed to not buy players. And it's supposed to be the CEO, right? He's going to bring in players. Now, if anything goes wrong in the season, right, who's going to get the blame? It'll be Slot.
There you go.
It won't be the person who's actually bringing in these
FSG
players.
will say, we're not involved. We're not running the team anymore.
Exactly.
There you go, people. They're smart people. Same as the Man United guys. They're doing the same thing at Old Trafford with the Glazers. Yeah. Ratcliffe's in charge now. Any problem happens, protest happens, it's not going to be about them anymore. It's the people that's running the football club. They're smart. They're brilliant at marketing. Listen, I worked in America for 2 years. They can manipulate anyone and make you think you could fly. I'm telling you, they're that good. Look, we just made it, like me and Frank talked about. They are not going to get the blame anymore. They've taken themselves away.
Well, as Steve W says, Steve, you never walk alone. I'm still waiting for FSG to replace Coutinho. Now, I'll go on to that.
Yeah?
I'll go on to that. And here's what it is. Here's what it is, ladies and gents. We never replaced Ginny Ronaldo. Didn't replace him. He didn't replace him.
Nope.
It's as simple as that. Really, we didn't replace Fabinho because his legs went. Now, we never replaced him as a DM. And we brought in Endo. And as JK said, he went to these, I don't know, Asian Games or suddenly, I don't know what he went to. And he went there. We never had a DM. And that's where we started to, we were top of the league. That's where we started to decline because of the lack of DM. Am I right there, JK?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Sorry, JK. Yeah, you can say whatever you want, bro.
No, it's good listening to other people's opinions who've got the same sort of mindset as well. You know what I mean? We ain't got time to argue about Liverpool Football Club. It's a thing to put unite us. And over the years, I'm seeing more and more Liverpool fans willing to start arguing with other Liverpool fans, and that for me is not a true Liverpool fan. No matter if the opinion is not the same as yours, you bite your tongue and you have that same sort of level of respect. And that's why for me, our fan base is sort of polluted with wrong type of fans. They're not Liverpool fans for me.
No, that's right. That's a good point. Excellent point. And Des Reynolds says, Frank JK, I have a new channel under the same name.
Okay. You can put the link in the chat if you want, bro.
Oh, have you put them in there, yeah?
No, I was telling him he can put it in there. I don't know where it is. His channel.
Put the link, yeah. Daz, we'll subscribe.
Anfield Law says, Steve, you never were. K-Mac always talking garbage on the club and paying zero respect to Klopp. That's it.
It's all about gratitude, you know. Be grateful. That guy Kane gave 9 years of his life, gave 100%, was working on a shoestring budget, and still smashed it.
Yeah.
Be thankful.
Listen, people, if you're gonna subscribe to me, this particular, to put it on. Don't go on that one, because when I go on that one, I can't get off it.
What?
I just, you know, that there's 2 sites, and I don't know how they've come up. And once someone sends me a message, and then I've gone on that where the 2 lava birds are, and I can't get off it.
I think it's a virus, mate. I think it's a virus, you know.
It's a switch, you know.
Yeah. Just be careful, Frank. Yeah.
So go on this one where you see me profile. Just go on that one where I look down there. The weather, look at me. They wait for the sun. It's not January. Oh, blimey, this bloody weather. And the Steve says, K-Mac showed us 3 colours, 3 FSG colours on the show. He loves FSG more than LFC.
Each to their own, yeah.
Some fans here will blame FSG for raining, says the Midnight Soaker. Most probably. I blame them for the weather.
Yeah. Me too.
And Steve said, K-Mac said, Frimpong can replace Salah. I'm dead.
Frimpong? Oh, man, give up.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh,
Definitely. Don't know why he hates FSG when 99% of the fan base know exactly what they are. They are using our revenue to become rich and feed their American enterprises, Hicks and Gillette.
Coming out of the day, bang on the nail. Using our name to do shows to Elton John and Lily Allen. What's her name? Taylor Swift. These type of people I wouldn't even have a cup of tea with. God knows what they get up to in their spare time. You know what I mean? But come on, Elton John, the guy's a freak, and he's been on the Anfield pitch more than I have. Let's just leave it as that. Let's just leave it as that.
A good
Come
one,
on.
JK, good one, bro.
No, it is. It's a good one, actually. It's a good one. There's a load of pints and scotches and everything for you. There's JK, mate.
Nice one, bro.
Sloot looking to bring in 15 players for a 5 or 6 3. Did you know about that, Foz? Did you know about that? That he brought in, this is Sloot for Feyenoord, he brought in 15 players for 30 million.
Wow.
So I wonder who they are. Did they win anything? I don't know.
I think they won the league once and they finished second last season. And they won the cup, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's in a very poor league.
Poor league, mate. Poor league.
Lads,
you know, like, go on, Frank.
No, yeah, you can answer this.
I was gonna ask you, like, both of you, was he even in your top 5 as manager when you was this guy?
No.
There you go.
No, never even heard of him.
There you go.
Never even heard of him. You know, you could say there's a fella named Jimmy Egger. Jimmy Egger. He's a great centre half. And, you know, I'd say, who's he? And someone was bound to say, oh, he's great. Who's never heard of him before because I went on a pod.
Yeah.
This is 2 days after, or the next day. And they were saying, who is this? The same fella saying, who is this fella? Who is Slot? A couple of days later, after him saying that, he was saying, "Oh, he's great. He's gonna be great." I'm going, how did he know? You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And all as I said, I wanted an experienced manager. We're Liverpool Football Club. We are Liverpool, the greatest British club. The greatest British club.
You know what it is, Frank? Like you look at Klopp, yeah, and then you look at Slot. It shows the levels we're going, innit? It shows you the levels. Like we go from there to there. I mean, this is where they want us to be, below that level that we was at before, and they're already succeeding. I don't know what you think, JK, as well. Like you can't go from Klopp and then go below that, would you? You need to go somewhere in the close to Klopp or higher than that, don't you? The next manager.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. When you get Klopp, you can't go to Slot. You know, you just can't do that. But who else is there? I've been saying this for years. Where are the top DMs? Where are the top managers and centre backs? Yeah. Even number 9s. You know, like the old days, managers, there was at least 10 you could sort of go for. No one heard about Arne Slot until he was linked to Liverpool. Because if you had a quiz and we asked the question, who is Feyenoord's football manager, we wouldn't have a clue.
No.
There you go. And that guy's in charge of Liverpool. And that's the only thing I'm worried about. You know, but fair enough, he might be a top guy, top manager. We don't know that.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
But for me, Liverpool's come 2 or 3 years too quick for him. He should be doing that at Roma or maybe an Italian club, a big German club, Dortmund or somewhere like that, you know. And then you can say, yeah, fair play.
The Scottish Bear says, Frank, Jamie Phillips mentioned yesterday on his channel that his subscribers are contacting him and telling him they are leaving because of his FSG talk. Facts. I don't know. What is he against FSG or is he pro FSG? I don't know.
He's pro, I think. He's pro. He's
is he?
Them. Yeah. But you know, it's each to their own, innit? Respect people's opinions, man. Like not everybody. Can you imagine we live in a world everybody's saying the same thing? I mean, it will look strange. So if he protects them, that's up to him, man. It's up to him.
Exactly. Has anybody heard of this fella? LRFC.
That's me.
Is that you?
That's my channel. That's my channel.
I'll put the link in the chat.
No, don't worry about it, bro. I'm cool, man. I'm here for you guys, man. Yeah, it's all good.
Football manager games has millions of fans thinking they know the magic formula on how to run a club. I don't play. Never have done. Never played 1 second of it. Yeah, so I haven't a clue. All as I do is see what's in front of me. If I like a player, like the Calafiori, because as I said,
I like him too.
I follow Serie A. I've seen him play. He's absolutely brilliant.
He's brilliant.
Yusuf, too many 10-year-old online accountants on Twitter who think they know what they are talking about in terms of finances nowadays in football. Yeah, that's the 12th man.
Big up 12,
Big up to the chat and panel. Big up to K-Mac. Your opinions might not be the same, but as Reggie or Stella, so discuss, enlighten, and grow stronger and brethren.
Yeah.
But he wasn't on long, was he? He wasn't on long.
Nah.
What else are we supposed to discuss when there's nothing going on at the club at the moment?
True.
That's it. You see, you know, there's things that we discussed, weather, films, and everything. Because there's
well, Frank, Beverly Hills Cop came out, the new one. Did you like it?
I've been watching, you know, I have a TV, a film and TV review every Saturday morning.
Yeah. I've
been watching bloody films, you know. They're coming out my ears, and when I go on there, I forgot what the titles are. Stuff like them down. You're also there in the cage in a cracker film. What was it, Frank? I don't know, forget. You know, Oh, it's just nuts. But we have a laugh.
Yeah.
We have a laugh. That's the main thing.
That's
And we talk football. We talk weather. We talk everything. Everything comes out. That's a good point that you said. Midnight Toker. FSG tried to get the man that built the main stands out of retirement to do a field road, but he said no, and the rest is history. I don't know what about you're talking about there, Midnight. From a clue, mate. FSG tried to get the man that built the main stand out of retirement to do a field road, to do Anfield Road, but he said no, and the rest is history. Well, he should have just gone to a retable. I've said that wrong.
Hang on, Frank. Are you saying that it's not finished yet? That stand?
No.
But I want.
This is what we were going on about.
I didn't see that. Sorry, I didn't see that bit. What? But I went to the opening. They invited me to go to the opening, and they said in the next few months it should be ready.
Well, someone mentioned something. At the beginning. This is when K-Mac was sitting there,
Okay. I missed that. I missed that bit. Yeah, I missed that.
Yeah, well, someone mentioned it, and I said, but they haven't even finished the stand.
Wow.
And I said the due diligence on the stand was woeful, because I came out at the time and said, what have they brought Buckingham in for? Because they're having problems down at Fulham, Craven Cottage, building their stand. And that's what I said. And the next he just went off on a tangent, shouting and everything. I don't want to be talking about. I said, well, I said, it's the owners. They brought them in. They have the due diligence people. They must have said get the cheapest in, because that's what they got. And then they went bankrupt. They went into administration, and this is what we're left with. Why didn't they get other people in to finish it off? And it's not even going to be ready for the opening game.
Goodness gracious me, man.
At Anfield on the 25th of August. It's not going to be ready.
I'm gonna go to that friendly game.
People will be able to go and see that, but it's still not going to be finished.
Good.
And it won't be finished even for the 25th of August. They'll still be working on it.
That's alarming, you know that, Frank. That's alarming.
It's alarming. That's embarrassing. But he wouldn't have it. He wouldn't have it.
Oh, man.
I said, well, this is people's opinions here.
Yeah,
I'll have to leave here because, I don't want to be talking about FSG. I said, well, people are that. And he knew the format of the show, that we talk to these lads on here. Everybody gets a mention. Midnight Toker. He disagrees with what I say. He agrees sometimes. I disagree with him. But I'm not going to say, well, sod off, And he's not going to just leave the chat or, unsubscribe me because he disagrees with what I say. And he's right. He's all right, K-Mac. He just wanted to talk about footy, says the judge. Yeah, but if you took, I'm not even getting into it anymore. And the Midnight Toker, he says, what does he say? Klopp left because he wanted to. Of course, he left because he wanted to. He had reasons to leave, Midnight. I only wish my holiday will be the Arsenal-Liverpool game in Philly. But
1 second, Frank. I could be going to that. So 12 man, link up, man. If you're gonna go to it, I might be going, Frank. I'm going New York next week, so I might get tickets for that.
Yeah. Link up with 12 man. Yeah.
Yeah, I will. I've never met. We met each other here, but I'd love to meet him if he wants to go to the game.
Klopp wanted to leave last summer.
Did he?
Said so himself. There you go. But why didn't he leave? That's what you got to ask. And I know why he wanted to leave last summer. Because he knew that Mr. Edwards was coming back. He was told. Pep Linders let it out the bag. He said, I'm effing well leaving now. But anyway, he stayed and got us he got us winning a trophy, got us in the Champions League. Just as well he never left. Wasn't it? Wasn't it? Midnight. It's common practice for a new manager or coach to bring his old team with them. I'd be more concerned with FSG lack of activity in the transfer window, says a season ticket holder, Neil Broderick. And if he ever becomes your mate, don't get sick, because he comes down with grapes and bananas, and you could have grapes for the next 15 years, the amount he brings down. All due respect, Rodgers is not he is Irish. Don't go into that. 12.
Yeah, he's Northern Irish. Yeah.
Please
Like for
don't-
me, there's a big difference.
Please don't go into that. I'm a PhD historian. Don't go into it. You're not. I am. Don't go down that rabbit hole, please. He's not an Irishman. And I know what you're saying, like, he's not an Irishman because he's not a Republican. That's what you're saying.
Oh, okay.
It's just like saying, let's see, I'm trying to think of someone American. You might as well call them, they're not American, if you know what I mean. It's like a major star. Let's see, who's a major star today? I can only go back to the old days when Anthony Quinn was Mexican. You know what I mean? He's not American. It's like saying Antonio Banderas is not American, he's Spanish. That's ridiculous to say. I'm sorry, 12, but don't go down there with me. Brian, lads, you're forgetting a very small detail. A lot of these platforms are run by fans who jumped back on the bandwagon in 2017, didn't care for 30 years, then LFC top. Yeah. You're right there, Brian. You're right. Let's see what Ian might say. Midnight, he will be judged like any other managers on performances, signings and results. I'm hoping he will do well. Everything I've seen so far suggests he can grab this opportunity. Got to back him. That's Slot. I predict an Anfield agenda meltdown on that news. That's what he's saying to Darryl. I don't know how Darryl said. What's he said? Ugarte just gone to Manx. We're falling behind. That's the breaking news.
Wow.
I wanted
really?
Ugarte.
Is this true?
And that's why Max said there'll be a meltdown. There'll be a meltdown. I remember Bob won nothing in the first season, so he needs time, in my opinion. No one's arguing with you, Midnight. No one's arguing with me.
No,
with you.
I ain't. No.
We're all behind. We just love our team. We get behind the team. We get behind the team. I want Liverpool to win every game. I want Liverpool to win everything.
Yeah. They agree in personal terms.
Southgate, for instance, when Bellingham scored that overhead kick in the dying seconds, instead of lambasting them for the abysmal performance, he celebrated like he was some kind of tactical genius and never changed the team or tactics. Imagine Bob Paisley's reaction. I was told We was 4-0 up once, and at that time he marched on the pitch wagging his finger at Terry Mack, complaining about a throw-in. Now, that's genius of management. Klopp did it. Klopp did it. That was it.
Yeah.
Neil Broderick, by the way.
You know what? You know what, Frank? If you think about it, yeah, we had the opportunity to bring down these big teams. You know, if he had the right backings, because we already put the sword to Barcelona. You know, that Barcelona team. Can you imagine if he had the backing? Real Madrid wouldn't get Tchouaméni. Real Madrid wouldn't get Bellingham. Real Madrid wouldn't get Mbappe. And, you know, the players. It's funny how football goes, in it. The players that we wanted have all gone to Real Madrid, and we're just struggling to get players right now. Those players, if we had ambition, would have been at Liverpool. Think about that, Frank.
Yeah. Right, and George said, Frank, no one answered my question on the potential of the Darwin ban. JK, do you know, what do you think about this potential ban? And then I'll go to Foz.
Yeah, like for me, he didn't do it playing for Liverpool. Unless he gets a worldwide international ban, you know what I mean? Because they might pull that one out. But for me, if they're saying that he wasn't protecting us, because like K-Mac was saying the other day, he wasn't protecting no family members or this, that, and the other. Yeah. But there was a few players going towards that area, so there must have been a few members of their families in that crowd for them to do that. But for me, I don't think he'll get a ban. I just feel that they're going to just sort of move on from that situation, what happened that day. I don't feel he'll get a ban. I don't know. I just got a funny feeling he'll be all right.
Do you guys think he did the wrong thing? What he done? What? Put yourself in his shoes. What would you have done if the security wasn't even protecting his family?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I've got a daughter, you know, got grandkids.
Yeah.
And I protect Francine with all my might. I protect my little granddaughter, Sophia, with all my might. Do you see what I mean? 100%. And that's Darwin for you.
Yeah.
I think anyone.
Instincts.
Of course it is. Of course it is. She's a big mob all fighting and everything else. And he's so spot on, JK, but that was for his national side, not for Liverpool. I don't think anyone, I mean, from here that is, you know, should be banned. But I don't trust the FA or anyone. I certainly don't trust the FA. Not in this. Not about Liverpool, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We've had enough problems with them, especially with VAR and everything else, and turning a blind eye to us. We've had that for years. I'm a survivor of Hillsborough, and I always blame them as well. The 100%. FA walked away. Graham Tate, what's his name? Forget his name, Graham. And he put us in the smaller end that time. And his excuse was it was nearer to the end, you know, where they put us in Ripon End. It was nearer to the train station. What a load of bollocks that was. Stupid. Midnight Soca. Indeed, Frank, we all belong to the Red family. Yes, of course we do. We're all 100%. We love our club.
100%.
We love our club, no matter what. The Midnight says, there's great news about the new law, Frank. What new law? Is there a new law out?
I have no idea. Law in what sense is he talking about?
I think it's something to do with Hillsborough, I think.
Well, Daryl Merry
says
Suarez beat Chiellini on the international stage and got a world ban. Yeah.
He got banned.
That's a late than never. And the Midnight says, I shall be outraged if Mr. Nunes gets banned for defending his family honour. And on that, my dear friends, I'll end the pod. Fozzie, it's been great.
Yeah.
Really,
It's been a while. I apologize not coming on recently.
it's all right. I didn't
I've
want you
got
to-
crazy work schedule. I work long hours and nights and days. But I'm trying to get back into YouTube. You know.
I bet your JK told you that didn't want you on.
Yeah, he did. Nah, he did it. 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 I enjoy Frank. You know, I'm a big fan of yours. So anytime,
Yeah, no,
I'll be here.
well, you had Scouse humour there, to be honest. It's been great tonight. It really has, you know.
Yes, yeah.
And it's a pity about K-Mac and
Just call him, Frank. Call him after the show. Just give him a call, mate. Yeah, I mean,
I
just
don't
check
know how
up
to
on
get
him.
in touch with him, to be honest.
Oh.
I don't know. It's the links get sent
Yeah.
out to him.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah. Okay.
Bonkers. He has experience. AZ, Alkmaar, and Feyenoord. What do you want? Hang on. Do what you're effort. Hang on. Hang on.
What is it?
Bonkers. He has experience with Alkmaar and Feyenoord. What do you want? Or what is it? What do you want? Or what?
Yeah, what do you want?
What do you want?
You seen what they have done lately? F up the club they've been at. Not about club anymore. Move on and deal with the Arne who we got. Yes, Bonkers. Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
of course, Bunkers. Yeah, like we've been saying. I said even when Arne Slot got the job, I said I got no choice now. I got to support the lad when that whistle blows in the first
Exactly.
game.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give that guy no negative vibes and say I don't want you here. You know what I mean? So Klopp suffered that from certain fans, negative vibes all the time for years. Say we want you out of here and stuff. Us Liverpool fans don't do that to our players or managers. You know, we'll give them a chance. Don't get me wrong, but
100%.
it's up
We
to
gave
Slot
Roy
now.
Hodgson a chance, didn't we, Jackie? We gave Roy Hodgson a chance. So.
Yeah.
Oh, we gave
And then-
gave the odds. We gave
We did, yeah.
The Northern
Irishman.
Irishman, yeah. Northern Irishman, yeah.
See, even if you don't like a manager, I haven't liked managers. I didn't like the odds. I didn't like the Irishman. I didn't like him. Just didn't like him.
Yeah.
But I got behind the team. Doesn't have to say that, you know. I don't know this fella. I haven't a clue who he is. It's like someone coming to live by me on the next block, and someone says to me, "Oh, do you know where? No, who is he? Never heard of him. Oh, you know where? I don't know him. You know, I can't have an opinion, and I can't. You can't even have an opinion on him.
Spot on.
Nobody can have an opinion on the man
Spot on.
because they haven't a clue about him.
Yeah.
And that's all that I'm saying about it. But I get behind my team.
Yeah. It's not his fault. You know what I mean? He hasn't done anything wrong. He hasn't done anything right. So we've got to see what's going to happen. You know what I mean? So we can't blame him. He hit the jackpot. You know what I mean? He's hit one of the biggest clubs in the world. So let's just, see what he can do.
Well, the bunker says we cherish what we have of Klopp. Time to move on with Arne Slot. Yeah, well, we have to. We can't keep going back. Off home, great show, Frank. JK, good to see Fozzie. Glad 12th man still alive.
That's a good one.
And Fozzie boy, nah.
Big up, Daryl.
CW says K-Mac ran his pod after he left Frank's show, ranting and raving.
Oh.
So I don't think I'll be giving him a call.
Oh.
And K-Mac is okay now. He has had his nappies changed. Well, anyway, I'm going to leave it there, boys. And it's a big thank you to everybody who's chatted tonight. We've talked about a couple of players. We've talked about what we desperately need, and that's a DM. We talked about other things besides. We've had a bit of pandemonium at the start of it.
Yeah.
We've had one of our guests leaving, unfortunately, and it's just nuts. And Richard Hutchinson, JK, Frank, and Fozzie, you guys are the best.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. We all do.
Great show, Frank. Take care, says Paul Taylor.
Take care, Paul.
Thank you.
So, just before we finish, I'm going to you, JK, then you first. Do you agree? We've had the Euros, we've had our lads down in South America as well, and they're all, flitting the way back now. Do you agree that? Let me just say these midnight talker. Cheers, Frank. All right, mate. Good man, you. Paul Turner, take care, JK and Fozzie.
Take care, bro.
Night, boys, says Darryl. Frank show, fantastic, big up. Night, Frank, and everyone, says the Scottish player. Right, here's my question. Start with you, JK. They're all being in the South America, the Euros, coming back and whatever. Do you think it's silly? I don't like to say this, Ozzy. Do you think it's silly to bring all these players over to America to play? How many friendlies are they playing?
About 4. Sevilla.
And then the game to start the campaign.
Madness. You're starting on the 27th. They've got Arsenal, they've got United, Seville's in there, Real Betis is up in there, and then they're going to end up coming back home and having another one, I think. I'm not sure who against though. So for me, too much football. Yeah, too much football. Van Dijk, that guy needs about a year rest. The amount of football he's played in the past year. You know what I mean? So for me too, I'm not a big fan of going abroad every year, especially when they just had a Euros. Is that a free few weeks?
That's what I'm saying.
Sort it out, man. United, Arsenal, and Liverpool all decide at the same time to go to America. It's like, come on, you've had the Euros, let the players rest for a few weeks, then have a few home games, friendlies. Come on.
Well, that's what I mean. We're playing Sevilla anyway, and Anfield. That's our little home game, friendly, that is.
Last game.
I think it'll take it out of the players, They haven't really had a proper rest.
No.
Monty Connor all the way from Atlanta in the States. Wow. Ahoy, Frank. Hiya, Monty. Hope you're well, my friend. Love your daughter, by the way. She's a lovely looking girl there. Wish you a happy birthday for me. Richard Hutchinson, we need players before the season starts, 17th of August. First game against Ipswich, 12:30. And Richard says, no to America, players in the UK or Europe. And Darryl says Sevilla, yes. And we need our players fit, healthy, ready and rested. And ready to go. Fozzie, you've got to come on again.
Yeah, anytime, mate.
No, you don't. You're just saying that. You're trying to be nice, aren't you?
Listen, I'll be free. I'm on night shift tomorrow, but I'll be free after the 4 days. I'll come on anytime you want me to.
Well, we go out on a Monday, no, a Tuesday evening. Every Tuesday and Thursday evenings we go. So anytime, okay.
Definitely. I'll be for this. We want to take you, me and my wife. We're coming for the Seville game. If you want to come out with us for a drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll come and pick you up. I'll drive down there anyway, so if you want to come down, it's no problem.
Oh, go away. Smashing. Smashing. Well, that means I'll have to get tickets for our Francie.
Yeah.
Dad, I want to go to the match. Okay, tickets. Fozzie, Noah's Putty and LFC. That's what Richard says. There you go. Right, so listen, boys. JK, Mila Grazie. if you're, if you're not working or, you're not going to any festivals or lying on the beach because it's dead hot over there, I've got that show on Saturday morning, 10:30.
Okay, I'll let you know.
There's no problem. You just come on anyway. Makes no
Yeah.
difference. Okay. So if you're not there, I'll just talk to myself. Okay.
Sorted.
Thank you, people. Thank you so much. Thank you, Fozzie. Thank you, JK, as usual.
You're welcome.
And hopefully I'll see you next week, Fozzie.
Take
JK
care.
and
100%.
Okay.
Take care, guys.
Good to see you, Fuzzy.
Definitely, JK. Take care.
have a good weekend, people. Okay.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye bye.